really can't blame Gregory for this. I mean, we were never really close. I did know him in Monte Carlo, but I really can't expect him to just consult me anytime he decides to disappear.
Yeah, and drop into the Inglewood Pavilion.
Yeah, wherever. You know, but Jackie is a different story. I mean, we went through a lot together. Not all of it was pleasant, I admit that, but we had a certain friendship, you know. I just don't understand how she can turn her back on something like that.
Well, maybe she didn't.
What do you mean?
Maybe she and Gregory are just in it together.
You think so?
How would I know? I don't even know what it is. Don't listen to me.
What it is, my dear, is a mess.
Excuse me. Kelly. Hey, stranger, we were just talking about you. Well, you're the #1 topic of conversation around here. Make that at least top 5. What's going on? Hey, that's great. Congratulations. She sure is. Hang on just a second. Tiffany, guess what?
My agent?
Guess again. Your roommate. Your ex-roommate.
Jackie?
Mm-hmm, none other.
What happened?
Ask her yourself.
Jackie, what on earth are you doing?
That makes 2. 2 what? Missing persons accounted for. While you're at it, I'd like to know what happened to my help around here today. Yeah, it's crowded.
Well, I have to go see a client. You want to come along?
And do what?
Just sit and be proud, I guess.
Huh. I do enough of that already. No, as a matter of fact, it's such a fine afternoon, I think I'll just stay here and sip my tea.
Is that all?
Isn't that enough?
That depends. Besides, I thought you were sick.
Rose's tea has marvelous restorative powers.
Yeah. Uncle Isaac, you're not going to try to dissuade her, are you?
From what?
Me.
Now, Jake, you know I love you like my own son. Would I do anything ever to hurt you?
Not intentionally.
Meaning precisely what?
I have to go. We'll talk tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you. Can I get you anything else?
Well, some more tea when you find the chance. And your company, once some of this crowd thins out.
Well, the tea's coming right up. The company may take a little longer.
I can wait.
Okay.
Well, fine. Have a wonderful life. But would you do me one favor, please? Don't bother to write.
Well, why don't you just let me guess?
I'd rather you wouldn't.
She ran off with your man.
She should be so lucky.
Okay, how about she stole your diamond?
Oh, she wouldn't dare. I'm going to check that when I get home.
Come on, tell me, what is it? What happened?
Well, Jackie was at the airport. She called to tell me what she did with the keys. Not to say goodbye, not to say good luck, but to tell me what she did with the stupid keys.
The airport? Where's she going?
Outer Mongolia would be too close for me, believe me.
No more questions.
She is going back to Lebanon. Can you imagine that? I mean, do you have any idea what is going on over there?
Oh, I do read the paper.
Well, it's just too bad she doesn't.
Well, what is it, a freelance job offer or something?
No, it didn't sound like it. She said that she had been offered a permanent position in a wire service.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
The only thing permanent about Jackie, I mean, she never even opens her suitcases except to air them out.
Well, I'd say one thing. It really didn't take her long to accept the offer.
She was hungry. You know, I really should have seen this coming. Ever since she and Robert drifted apart, she's been looking. Probably didn't take her 2 seconds to accept that job.
I am really sorry you're so upset. I mean, losing your roommate and all.
Oh, are you kidding? I am ecstatic. I mean, that girl was nothing but trouble from the very second that she set eyes on me. It's good riddance, that's all I say. And Luke, you just wait till Luke hears about this. He will turn cartwheels.
Don't you understand what Gregory meant? He's gonna kill us.
Who cares?
I do. I've grown pretty attached to my life.
I'm sorry, darling. I think you're missing the point.
Which is?
Forget Gregory. Did you listen to Grant?
Grant. Him and his obnoxious fruit.
Persimmon. Beautiful persimmon.
What about it?
I think it's a clue, English. I think it's a good clue.
It's a tad obscure.
Look, I think you're wrong. persimmon door and a fountain outside. Does that ring a bell?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Grant was trying to help us, I think, if I got the message right. Persimmon door with a fountain outside. That's the Gulistan Pavilion.
Oh, I never saw the outside. I was blindfolded or in a basket.
Yes, okay, so unless I'm missing the mark, I think that's where they're taking us.
That's why he kept going on and on about it. Oh, and the Macbeth bit, too.
Oh, you got that, yeah?
Oh, I do now. Grant and I saw Macbeth together. The Burnham Wood.
Right. The value of camouflage, that whole bit he went into. See, I think in a strange way he was trying to tell us that he is only pretending to be one of them.
You think he's on our side?
For all the good it's going to do us, I hope so.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, what can we do in here? Celia's our only hope, you know? If she can get herself together, and if she picked up on the clues, maybe she can tell Robert that that's where we're going to be. And if she can't, we're in trouble, girl. We're in trouble.
Since you've answered, I assume you're convinced that the hostages are alive and well.
I accept that they're alive, yes.
Excellent. Let's get down to business. Go to the main expo building. Keep your eyes open for an elephant.
An elephant?
Yes. Follow it. It will lead you to the hostages.
Where do I drop the microfilm?
Look towards the fruit stand. Do you see a group of gypsy women?
Yes.
Walk in their direction before you go to the main expo building. One of the women will bump into you. You are to place the microfilm in a basket held by the gypsy woman in red. The woman in red. You understand that?
Woman in red. Got it.
If Connie Townley or any of your WSB clowns approach those women, then the hostages are dead.
Wait.
You know, it really wasn't always like this. We used to have a lot of good times, you know, the four of us. There was Robert and Luke and Jackie and I. We were really a team, you know. Especially when we were trying to find out what really happened to Laura.
Yeah, what happened? Now, that seems like a million years ago.
Sometimes. You know, other times it seems like it was just yesterday.
You must really miss all of that.
Oh, I do. You know, I hate to keep harping on this, but it was so exciting.
Yeah.
Nobody could actually say that it was the easiest of times, but, oh, Claudia, at least we were together. Oh, do you remember the Haunted Star?
Oh, girl, of course I do, and it's still around in spirit.
Where?
At Luke's place. It's just called the casino now.
Yeah, but half the team is split up. They're off doing one thing. They're fighting their own battles when they're not down each other's throats, that is.
Yeah. Things do change.
I know, but I wish you would tell me, when are they going to get better?
I don't know. Maybe they don't. Really, maybe one day we're going to look back at all of this and say, hey, those were the good old days.
Oh, I certainly hope not. I tell you, if things get much worse, I don't think I can stand it.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Well, I think I better call Robert. At least I can tell him about Jackie this time.
Hey, well, maybe he knows already.
I doubt it. Let me tell you, if Jackie didn't tell me until she got to the airport, I can guarantee she didn't tell Robert. He will be shocked.
Is that shocked sad or shocked happy?
Thrilled, my dear. He and Jackie were not exactly on the best of terms.
Say what?
Do you think that's rather odd that simultaneously we lose Scotty and Jackie at the same time? You know, maybe these times aren't so bad after all. Oh, I know. Now, if all we could do is just find Holly and Luke and the others, then I think things might start looking up. Oh, but I got a good feeling. It's not going to be easy.
Well, what can we do?
Pray Celia picked up on Grant's clues, I guess.
Oh, don't count on it. She's probably much too angry to understand what Grant was trying to say.
No, babe, she doesn't have to interpret them. She just has to remember them and tell them to Robert. We know that Robert will know where...
Where what?
Wait a minute. Grant he was like obsessed with the Gulistan Pavilion, right? So
Right.
I just assumed that meant that's where they were going to take us.
But now you're not so sure.
Well, I just remembered what Gregory said. He said we were going far, far away.
You don't think that Grant was trying to tell us that they're going to take us to Gulistan itself?
I hope not. I don't even know where that is. Besides, what would be the point?
Well, I guess it would be easier to hide us whilst they were checking out the microfilm.
Yeah, but it's an awful lot of trouble for them to go through.
They might just as well kill us.
You know, I'm dying for a pizza.
Never liked it before.
Well,
But what if Grant is wrong? Or what if he was deliberately misleading us?
no, I have a real strong feeling that he is on our side, and I'm convinced that if Gregory is just trying to throw Celia off, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, maybe he wanted her to think that we were going to be taken far, far away so that she would tell Robert that, and he would stop searching the expo.
Well, then they might as well take us to Gulistan, because he's never going to find us.
Well, it's about time. Where's lunch? Ow. So what is this all about?
It's time for us to be leaving, Mr. Spencer.
Without lunch?
I'm afraid it's time for us to begin the first leg of that journey that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, I see. Well, if you don't mind, I think we've grown very fond of this guy over
I
here.
really must insist. That's much better now. The basket's ready? Let's proceed.
Robert, what's happening?
I don't know what the hell's going on. All I know is I'm going to follow this bloody elephant over to find Holly.
On All My Children, an evening of celebration becomes a night of terror.
Erica knows just as much as Palmer does. They must be eliminated. Yes, of course, both of them.
Only one person knows the truth.
If you could get Mr. Palmer Cortland, I need to speak to him.
Hello.
And a hired assassin puts a deadly plan into action. Everyone's life is in danger on All My Children.
Still want that company?
Oh, very much. Please join me.
Do you want anything else?
No, I've had plenty, and this tea is great.
Well, you should try my stew. I'm sorry, I just can't help but thinking of you as...
The same as anyone else.
Yeah. Not that you're different or anything.
But I am. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about, Rose.
You're being different.
In a way. I and my nephew.
Is anything wrong?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Then why do I get the feeling you're about to tell me something I don't want to hear, like get out of Jake's life?
Nothing quite so dramatic as that, Rose. But I am concerned about your backgrounds.
Here we go again.
Pardon?
Just for the record, you're not talking about the fact that I was raised as a girl and Jake was brought up as a boy.
No, that difference doesn't concern me.
But that's the only one that doesn't.
Rose, you're Irish, Catholic. Jake is Jewish.
And never the twain shall meet.
Well, in friendship, certainly, but in marriage, impossible.
Why?
Because you come from separate cultures. Your respective heritages couldn't possibly be more different.
Variety's a spice of life. Opposites attract. Yin and yang. They wouldn't be cliches if they weren't true.
And, of course, there is the future to take into consideration.
Children.
Should you decide to have them, how would they be educated?
The rate we're going, we're never going to find out.
I believe that's wise.
You haven't been talking to Mrs. Clancy by any chance, have you?
Who?
Remind me to introduce you. You two would hit it off real well. You've got a lot in common.
Oh, I take it she opposes the union, too?
For the same reason.
Sounds like a very sensible woman.
But can't love rise above tradition? If two people love each other, isn't that more important than ancient conventions and old-fashioned prejudices that just don't mean anything anymore?
But they do, Rose, especially in our way of life. They determine the manner in which we conduct ourselves today, just as they always have for centuries, in my faith and in yours. That's what makes our respective peoples strong. That's how we have survived.
I never meant to represent my race. I only wanted to be with Jake, and is that so wrong?
Oh, it's unsuitable. I'm sorry, Rose, but if you truly love Jake, you'll let him go. Your marriage just cannot be.
Excuse me.
I'm going to try Blackie. I want to tell him about Gregory. Maybe he knows what's going on.
Where are we going? Where are you leading me to? Where? Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Hey! Hey! Molly? Celia.
Are you all right? Yeah. Robert, is that the real microfilm? Because they will kill him if it isn't.
Don't worry, love. Now let's find Gregory the real life.
Yes, sir, Mr. Secretary. Yes, sir. I understand. Don't worry. The microfilm will do its job. It'll free the hostages, but that's about all it'll do. It's phony. It's accurate enough to make it look as much as possible like the real thing.
Well done. Get inside quickly and out with these clothes.
The cart is right behind me.
Welcome home.
Thanks.